What up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I am here with a review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Season 10, Episode 4, and the episode was titled Blast from the Past. Before we get into this review, Season 10 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is lackluster. Very lackluster. I know that Miami is filming. I hope Miami gives us something. I don't know if Hollywood is filming, and I don't know about New York, because you guys know how it usually goes. You know, Atlanta premieres in the summer, then in the fall we'll get Hollywood. We'll get Hollywood right after we get Atlanta. So you know, Atlanta usually premieres in July, like it just did. It premieres in July. Then we go towards the yeah. It'll be in July, and then we'll go like the middle of August, and we'll have Atlanta. We will have Hollywood, and then from August till like September, October, you know, we'll go and have New York, and then we'll have New York up until the point. Actually, no, Atlanta usually premieres in March. We go from March to July, and then July to July to about September, we have Hollywood. Then New York comes after that, and then January we get Miami, and then we start it all over again. I don't know how it's gonna be interesting. But like I said, I know Miami is filming because I saw that Amara did a green screen. I don't know why we're going to this deep, but yeah. I said all that to say that this season is just not giving it to me. It ain't giving me classic Love and Hip Hop. It's actually giving me season 9 of Love and Hip Hop New York, when they tried to change it and it did not work. It fell flat. But yeah, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and not yet subscribed, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, hit the like, hit the share, hit all the buttons on the channel. Like, stop taking me out on a date and not paying for it. All right, you guys, so with that out of the way, without further ado, let's get into the review. All right, you guys, I guess we'll start with the small stuff. Young Baby Tate. I really do like Young Baby Tate. I think from what I see on the show, she's very talented. I did go and listen to her song, loved her song. I hope that with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, or just Love and Hip Hop in general, right? I hope that Young Baby Tate is able to garner some success with the likes of, Cardi B. Even K Michelle. K Michelle has done great for herself, although I don't hear any music from K Michelle on the radios. We know people say she's been blackballed, but you have the likes of K Michelle. Cardi B has done good for herself. Omarion was able to make a resurgence from Love and Hip Hop. The one person who I see on Love and Hip Hop that is extremely talented, her music just doesn't go anywhere. It's Amara La Negra from Love and Hip Hop Miami. Girl is super duper talented, but her music, and I think it might be her team. So yeah, I hope that. But actually, no, Amara has done some acting. She did that movie Fall Girl, so Amara's done good. So I hope that Tate and what's the other girl's name that's on the show? You know something I just thought about? They've only introduced us to 2 people. Young Baby Tate and Amaretta the Great. But wasn't there there's another girl that's supposed to be on the show, Rennie Rucci. They haven't shown her yet, and we are 4 episodes in, and we have yet to meet her. And the thing about Young Baby Tate and Amaretta the Great, we met Young Baby Tate in episode 1, Amaretta in 2. We have not yet to see Rennie Rucci, so I don't know if she's still gonna be on the show or not. Like, we haven't saw anything from her, right? So Young Baby Tate, she's still out there. Excuse me, she's still out there in LA. She's working with her manager. They're rehearsing some of her music. Again, like I said, her music is good. I want the best for Young Baby Tate. I really do. I want the best for her. So she lets us know that she's going to be doing a photo shoot while she's there. And then she's also going to be shooting a video for Spotify. I believe that's what she said, right? So then while she's rehearsing, WAP Dad, he called her, right? And he, her manager's like, are you going to answer that? He was like, that's what I'm talking about right there, the distractions. So she answers the phone, and when she answers the phone, it's he's sitting here telling her she gaslit him, but I'm like, dude, you're doing it to her. You making her out to be, and then he hung up on him. I'm like, oh no 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 no. He hung up on her. So then we later see her and him. They met up, right? So he's still at this point making everything about her, that she didn't do this, she did that, she didn't do this. I'm like, really? When y'all played that game, two truths and a lie. I don't know why hell that many fingers. Two truths and a lie. You the one that was in the wrong. You said that you're not going to Jamaica when she asked you was you going to Jamaica. Like, it's like, okay. So then at the end of it, he was like, basically friends on her, saying that we just gonna work together. Tate, count your blessings, because I just don't think he was a good fit for you. Count your blessings, baby girl. Move on, move on, move on. There are other fish in the sea. Is that what that saying is, you guys? There are other fish in the sea? I mean, there are fish in the sea. That's that saying. I think so. Let's move on. All right, guys, let's talk about Yandy, Mendices, and Infinity. All right, you guys, so you remember in last week's episode, it ended with Infinity and Yandy having that conversation, and Infinity walked away from Yandy, right? So Yandy followed in behind Infinity, and Yandy was saying to Infinity, like, when it comes to the relationship between us and the family, it was that older guy that got in the way. You got people thinking that when Mendices came home, I dropped you for him, but in actuality, it was you dating an older man. I'm gonna play devil's advocate, right? I'm gonna play devil's advocate for just a minute. I'm not gonna sit here and say that Yandy necessarily dropped Infinity for Mendices, but the thing is, she's a teenage girl. You don't know what she's thinking and what she's feeling, and if you don't ask her what she's thinking and feeling, you'll get situations like this. Teenagers are what? Very emotional, and especially when it comes to the likes of social media, they post everything. They post, right? So if you didn't sit down and say, hey, Infinity, I'm sensing that, you acting different. It seems like you acting, I'm not saying she's acting out, but it seemed like you acting out and stuff like that. Why not sit down and have a conversation and ask her, like, what's going on? Like, I know Mendices is at home. I know I'm spending time with Mendices, but I'm trying to spend time with you as well. Like, tell me what you need from me, because like, obviously she was trying to tell you something. That's my personal feeling. I feel that Infinity was trying to tell Yandy something, but Yandy was wrapped up in the fact that her husband was home, which is nothing. Again, it's nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like Yandy should have definitely sat down with Infinity, had a conversation with her, asked her what her thought process was, what her feelings were, and then you wouldn't have had this whole thing blow up on social media where she said she's going to write a tell-all book. You would not have dealt with that situation, right? But Infinity says that she felt attacked because she doesn't really understand that it was tough love, because she says people give her tough love a lot, but it just seems that she's been attacked. And that's another thing. She's a teenager, so you gotta think of, you just gotta check in. You gotta talk to her. Like I said, hormones, teenagers, hormones, emotional. We've all been teenagers. Cause hell, my mom used to give me tough love all the time, and I'd be like, and I would tell her sometimes, like, you're coming down really hard on me, and I don't. It's like you telling me what I'm doing wrong, but it doesn't feel like you're telling me what I'm doing right. And she was like, I'm telling you this so that way, I'm giving you tough love. She says, I praise you for the good things that you do. I definitely, I'm looking back on, she definitely did praise me for the good things that I did. But on the same side of the coin, she would also tell me when I was doing stuff that, she didn't agree with, she didn't think was right. She would do that. So hindsight is 2020. So, and I just think Yandy should have done that. Sat down with Infinity, had a conversation with her, asked her how was she feeling. I know that our family dynamic has changed. For 3 years, it was me, it was you, it was Skylar, and it was Amir. And now our family dynamic has changed because Mendices is now home from prison. Like, you gotta, and Yandy did say that, the communication, they need to work on the communication, and she feels that Infinity needs to talk to Mendices. See, how did I come up with that in a few minutes, and Yandy they couldn't come up with that before this. Like, part of me feel like this is just a storyline. You feel what I'm saying? But whatever. So after they talk, Mendices is at a car wash, and Yandy and Infinity pull up on them, right? So Mendices told Infinity that the family business that shouldn't be on social media. I'm gonna agree with Mendices on that one. But she's a teenager. I'm gonna give her that. She's a teenager. She's teenage angst and emotions and all that stuff. Like, I have cousins and aunts and uncles who are 30 plus, and they still post family business on social media. I'm like, why do y'all do that? It's the dumbest thing. Like, they have arguments with each other on social media, and more specifically, Facebook. They Whenever they will go live and talk shit about each other, they will make posts about each other and talk shit about each other. It's like, damn, why do you have to put everything on social media? It just doesn't make any sense to me, right? But Mendici says, he can understand where she was coming from, because when he was in prison, he would see her post pictures with the kids and he would feel left out. So he understood where she came from. But you got to get off of social media. Like, if you have an issue, talk to us. But it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street, honestly. I'm not going to sit here and I agree with him with that, but it's a two-way street. Yandy and Mendices can talk to her the same way she should be able to come and talk to them. So then Infinity does come over to the house and she surprises the kids, who are really happy to see her. So the Skylar, she asks her, how long are you staying? She's like, how long do you want me to stay? And she says, stay a year. She's like, so you want me to just stay a year and then leave? She's like, you can stay another year after that. So then Mendici says that, I thought we would, Mendici ain't Yandy, but like, thought we were taking baby steps. So then Mendici does ask her how long she's staying. She says she wants to stay as long as she can. I mean, I do believe that Yandy and Mendici love her. I believe that. And I believe she loves them. I don't know. Parts of it just feel storyline-ish, but it is what it is. Let's move it on along. All right, you guys. Next up, let's talk about Rasheed and Kirk. They didn't annoy me in this episode, so we can talk about Rashida. Rashida's always gonna give you a colorful wig, no matter what, right? So Miss Shirlene Perline, as Mama D called her, shows up, right? And she's telling Rashida that she's gonna be having a party for her sister. They call her Booby, but her name is Cheryl, right? So Cheryl is older than Rashida, and Rashida's just talking about how she feels about her sister. She loves her sister, but she feels like when it comes to her sister, she uses her as an ATM machine. I mean, that's what happens when you get rich and you get on TV and all that stuff. They always say you have family members that you never knew about come out the woodwork. So it just comes with the territory, right? So Shirlene Perline wants, like I said, she wants to throw a party for her. So Rashida's like, where you throwing the party at? She's like, hopefully, I was hoping at the Frost Bistro. Now let me know something, you guys, because I'm thinking about going to Atlanta for Memorial Day weekend. I'm thinking about going down there for that. So let me know some good places to eat at. I've been to Atlanta before, but I just didn't really experience it that time that I went. I was 22 when I went, so I didn't really get the full experience of Atlanta. But I got a good gist of it. So I know the malls to go to, so you don't have to tell me nothing about that. Two places, actually not two places. Let me know about Frost Bistro. Is the food there good? Is it worth my time going there? And let me know about OLG. I hear mixed reviews about OLG, so let me know. Have you been to OLG? Did you like it? Was it a long wait time? What was the staff like? Like, let me know those questions, right? So then we see Kirk and Lil Carter, and we find out that Rashida's opening another press location. Speaking of press, what happened to the press location out there in Houston? Is it still open? I mean, I don't even know where it is. I mean, and I've been to Houston so many times. I just don't know which mall it's in. Actually, yes, I do know which mall it's in. It's in the Galleria. I believe it's in the Galleria. I believe Press Houston is in Galleria. I think it's in the Galleria. Next time I go, because my cousin that I hang out with, he lives down the street from the Galleria, so I'm gonna go look and see if her store is still there. So Press Atlanta. Now here's the thing about Press Atlanta. I mean, because I've had friends. I have a well, I know actually, you can't get a picture with Rasheeda or any of them without first buying something, which that makes a lot of sense because people would, if gay people would just let people just come in willy nilly and take pictures with you, you would never make business. You would never make any money. So, but I've heard that her stuff is a little on the expensive side. But okay. So Rasheeda tells Kirk about her mom wanted to throw the party for Boogie, Booby, Boogie, Booby, 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 Boogie, Booby, Booby, Boogie. It's Booby, right? It's Booby. Yes, it's Booby, 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 Booby. That's her name, Booby. So she said that. Sorry, you guys said it so many times. I know y'all can be like, JB, why did you say this so many times? I was trying to get the woman's name. I don't like to say people's name incorrectly because I don't like people saying mine incorrectly. But so she's gonna throw the party. It's an actual surprise. It's a surprise party. It's an impromptu surprise party. So where is she gonna be having this party at, Rasheeda? She wanna have it at the bistro. So with the bistro at the bistro, so that means I'm gonna be paying out of pocket for it. Me and Rasheeda, we just getting everything back good with Pressed, and now we getting everything back good with the bistro. We making a little bit of money, and then you want to have a party, and I gotta spend all my money on it. Like that's really not good business. Basically, what he was saying, but so I'm paying for it. Your big milk dud, yes. After all the shit you done put Rasheeda through, shut up. So at the party, we see Shirley Pearline, her sister Rasheeda, Booby, and their grandmother Marie. The genes in that family strong. They all look alike. Right? So here's my thing with Rasheeda. I get Rasheeda saying when it comes to Booby, she feels like she's a walking ATM machine for her, right? Now, see, they kind of pissed me off in this scene when Booby started crying, talking about the fact that she does when it comes to Rasheeda, she said that Rasheeda spends more time with her friends than she does with her. And I know who she's talking about. She's talking about Tiny, Candy, Toya, all of them that hang out down there in Atlanta. She's talking about them because when you see Rasheeda and she's out and about, she is with them. And into this episode, I didn't know Rasheeda had a damn sister. So I get where she's coming from, and she started crying. And her mom was like, girl, stop with that bullshit. But don't do that. Let her get her tears out. If she feels that she doesn't spend enough time with her sister, let her vocalize that. Let her put that out there. That is her truth. You can't take away from it. And then Rasheeda gonna come back with her, but well, with you, you don't really, we invite you places with us, but when you come, you be in the corner and they be looking like you mad and whatever. And she said she just be over there like this. Some people have social anxiety, Rasheeda. There are people who can go to a party. You can turn up and have fun, but on the inside they have social anxiety where they don't really feel comfortable talking to people. Despite the fact that I get on camera and talk a lot, I'm not gonna say I'm socially awkward, but I'm not that social. Like if you were to see me out in public and you speak to me, I'm definitely gonna speak to you, but in a party, I'm not the type of person who comes. I'm friendly, but I'm not one of those people who be like, who just goes with anybody. Just, hi, how are you? I'm Gerald. Gerald, what's your name? People do that to me, and I'm cool with it, but I can't do that. I can't just walk up to people and introduce myself. That's not who I am. That is never gonna be me. So I just felt the type of way about that situation. I just felt the way about that. But we're gonna move on and wrap the episode up with the dumb, I don't know what you want to even call it, but we'll move on. All right, you guys, let's wrap up with Erika and Safari, you guys. So Dr. Jackie is making her rounds. She is making her rounds around Atlanta with, doing the whole OBGYN. Shout out to Dr. Jackie. So Erika was on the little table, And I'm looking at her, actually, before she even got in the office, I was looking at her stomach. She had on a black dress. She pulled she pulled it down. I'm like, Erika, who are you fooling? Like, only thing you're trying to do is cover up your baby bump. Because I'm like, girl, I can clearly see that you're pregnant. So y'all just want to run with this that, oh, Erika didn't know she was pregnant until she went in. I think I've said it. I know Rox has said it. I know Ashley has said it. I know all of us have said it. We get it. We know it. Women can be pregnant, have a period, have all of that, and not know that they're pregnant. Like I said before, you guys, I had a cousin who was pregnant, did not know she was pregnant at all, had no symptoms of. She didn't show nothing. She had no she had no indication that she was pregnant. None of us knew she was pregnant until she had my little cousin. And like I said, she had him she went to the bathroom thinking she had to use the bathroom, but nope, he fell in the toilet because she went into labor and she gave birth to him on the toilet. So she didn't know. She went 9 months not knowing she was pregnant. And she just didn't know. And my aunt asked her, girl, did you have your monthly cycle? She said yes, every month. But she just didn't know she was pregnant with him. So I know it's possible. It can happen. But in this situation with Erika and Safari, it's not. Erika is visibly showing. Visibly showing. So I just said, yeah, y'all can just kind of miss me with that one. And when she went to Dr. Jackie, her poker face was terrible. I mean, I know she had a mask on, but her poker face was terrible, right? Erika's like, I told Safari that I was pregnant. It was so interesting. The last time I came in here, my stomach was just flat. But now I'm really feeling pregnant. And Dr. Jackie was like, okay. Dr. Jackie, I'm like, girl, you know that's a lie. So she says that she told Safari and she got nothing from him. But Dr. Jackie said, you did the same thing when I told you were pregnant. Nothing. Honestly, you guys, with Safari, I literally cannot. He is a man child if I've never seen a man child in my life, right? Like, literally, he's a man child. So Erika went down to the studio where Safari was, right? Erika is telling Safari she went into Dr. Jackie. She told Dr. Jackie about his reaction to her being pregnant, but then she apologized to him. I'm like, why are you apologizing? And then, they're talking. I really wasn't listening to what they were talking about because it's just this storyline with those two. I don't know what's real and what's fake. I know what's going on currently is real, but this shit that they filmed, I just don't know what's what, right? So mind you, the babies, Sapphire, Maji, is that what they call her? She's running around the studio, and I'm looking like, why y'all letting her run around the studio? There's a lot of equipment in here that she can knock over easily. I was just like, ooh. And the thing that got me was with Safari. Safari was sitting here looking at the little girl. She was playing with your guitar. Only reason why I laughed because Safari laughed. Because when that guitar fell on top of her, he started laughing. And Erika's like, pick her up, you freaking idiot. I was like, this is what you're creating life with. This is what you're creating life with. And then she's like, it fell on her. I'm picking up your guitar and you got her on the ground. He said it was funny. Was it funny? Okay, you guys, don't be mad at me, but yes, it was funny. But in all seriousness, it's not that funny, right? Because that's a guitar. It weighs more than her. She fell and bumped her head. She could be seriously hurt. So his first reaction is, let me laugh at my child and not see if my child is okay. My first good reaction as a parent is gonna be, oh shit, my baby. Let me pick up my child and make sure my child, you okay? Like, are you okay? And then, if, the baby starts, she's gonna cry. But then if she eventually, she's gonna cry. I'm like, it's gonna be, you soothe them. It's gonna be okay. It'll be okay. And then if you still think it's, yeah, man-child. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Like the video. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button. Hit all the buttons. Share the video. And until the next one, stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Wear a mask or not. Whichever one you do. Be safe. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.